Hey, pal one. Okay, so this reading is called Why Are You Chosen? Right? So I pulled two general cards for collectively all three piles. And the first card that I got was a deception card, which is all the way at the top. And it says, wants the position of pharaoh slash queen, but can't handle prince and princess roles. Show them why you're chosen. So that was the inspiration behind why I chose to title this video, Why You're Chosen. Okay. And the hidden message is, it only took one kiss, one hug, one smile, one moment, and now they are in love with you. Okay. So this is a combination of why you're chosen and a love reading. So, okay. So I'm just going to go with the flow of today. So I'm looking at your cards. And for you, the card that landed under Show Them Why You're Chosen was the Alchemy card and the Ma'at card, right? So you could be somebody that is, you could be a master alchemist or you could be a master judge. It doesn't have to just be a judge in the physical, but you could be like a judge or a wise counsel within the spiritual realms. There's something very hidden about the level of knowledge you hold about the underworld or reincarnation, I want to say, wealth, beauty. It's like all these answers to life. You naturally have it, right? People would see this as like a cheat code, but it's like something is embedded in your DNA. It's like you're a walking cheat code before yourself and other people. So you're going to have to strategize. I'm looking off of pictures alone, right? Off of the pictures that I see here. And then we'll get into what the cards actually say. But I feel like you're going to have to strategize against some form or level of deception that's coming up against whatever you're trying to build and turn into your empire or your foundation. You're definitely somebody of a high profile decision maker. You could be single, or it's like divorced. I'm getting divorced energy also. You could be in active service, active duty, but it's like you're looking for a very particular level of guidance because of the knowledge that you hold. So I feel like you know that you possess this knowledge, so you don't really come to anybody with what's happening like in your world or around you. And there's something about you want guidance on how to balance the scale. And then I heard even the score. You want to even the score on something. Okay. I also get this energy like you're not afraid to die, right? And that can be taken in many forms. It's not just physical, but it's like you're not afraid to just shut off old skin in order to move ahead or in order to receive some sort of like distinct message. You could be somebody that's into snakes. I'm also seeing like a python, and I'm seeing, yeah, I think that's a python. But I'm seeing like also like a yellow snake in my head. Like it's like you possess this power to really strangle someone, right? And you don't have to stop because you just I hope this does not sound morbid, but you have the ability because of who you are to put somebody in a very compromising position, and you know that's one of your many powers, but you're choosing not to. Or this level of power remains very hidden, or it's hidden behind, like, I'm going to say either your knowledge or your beauty or the fact that you blow things over. Like, it's very, something is very like hidden in plain sight. Like, a person will see you and think, oh, what a nice, friendly, like charismatic person, but they don't know how dangerous and deadly you really could be if you had to be. So, okay, let's get started on your reading. So the first card, Greek mythology, person has a lot of options, so you have a lot of options. And the second card is, in order to know who did it, you have to follow the money. This is a power move. So this is right above death and rebirth, like the Osiris card. Okay, so I feel like the answer that you're seeking, you know, whoever did this is in close association with the person who maybe you're trying to figure out what happened to them. Um, and you know, this person needed something. They needed that incentive. So it's just like maybe the incentive was sponsorships, or you know, maybe the incentive was the popularity or the fame or something like that. But you knew somebody needed this particular thing, and that's why they did it. Like they wanted in on something, and they couldn't get in unless this person was taken, like removed, you know? And this can also be talking about like positions. Like somebody wanted the position of like head of something, like head principal or something like that, headmaster or something like that. And this person did not want to give up their position. So the person who made this power move was like, okay, if you don't want to give up your position, I'm going to take it from you. It gives me that kind of energy here. All right, so we're going to go on to the third card. Equations are not invented, they are discovered. And there's something about move, like somebody could feel like they're playing a game of chess with you. And I'm going to say like Senate because it's right under like the Egyptian card. It makes me think about Senate being the Egyptian version of chess that the royals played. So somebody's playing chess with you, and it's kind of like they're trying to force. This gives me the energy of trying to force your hand, like, oh, it's your move, but really it's not really your move because you're not really playing chess with this person. Okay, so I can see where this weird energy is coming from. Next one. Add beneficial element to H2O. I get this feeling you don't drink what everybody else drinks. Like, yes, everybody has to drink water or beverages to stay hydrated, right? But you don't, you're very particular with what you consume, like physically, and what you consume energetically, spiritually. Like, you're very particular. But this is why, like, why you're chosen is because where a lot of people would lack a particular discipline to do something, you don't. Like, you have no problems doing it. You know, anything that's made with sugar is going to taste sweet. You know, anything that's made with salt is going to taste like it has salt in it. You know, anything that's made with herbs is going to taste very earthy. It's like, so it's kind of like the worldly things don't really move you, you know? And so it's easy for, like, I'm talking to somebody who could just drink water all day. They don't have to eat, you know? So, and they'll be full off of the water, off of the intentions of the water. And you're not just drinking any old water. This is not a Poland Spring drinker, right? I'm talking to somebody who's like, you know, it's like the best of the best enters the system, which, okay. So I feel like you're chosen because you can handle the responsibility and you can handle the many sacrifices that a lot of people can't on a mass scale. Like if somebody tells you, go without this particular ingredient or this particular substance for the rest of your life, you could do it no problem, right? So there's something about the way you can detach from a situation. And I feel like that's the best strategy in what's happening. Like somebody thinks they're playing a game of chess with you, right? You don't even know the chessboard's on the table. You don't even know this person exists, let's say. And it's just like, okay, they feel like they're playing chess with you. And they're trying to say, oh, it's your move, in order for like you to get your attention, to make you want to play. But you don't particularly have to play. I mean, you started the reading with a lot of options. So really it's up to you if you want to play with this game with this person or not, but you're trying to figure something out. And I feel like before you even sit down or even consider having to play this person, you're going to put them in checkmate anyway. All right, so let's continue. It only took one kiss, one hug, one smile, one moment, and now they're in love with you. And under that card is this strategy, the strategized card. Best to control the wind, best to control the direction of the wind as opposed to the wind itself. And somebody could be using like they may try to use your form of speech against you. Let's say if somebody knows that you have a certain speech impediment, or occasionally you get tongue tied, right? It doesn't mean you're lacking or you can't articulate what you're feeling or what you're thinking. It just means you need some time to process. I feel like somebody is trying, their strategy is they're trying to use you against you, but it's going to work out to your highest good. It almost gives me this feeling like somebody has no idea who they're dealing with, right? This is giving me, and you could be somebody that's in the public eye, or you could be somebody that's very powerful behind the scenes, and only the people that are behind the scenes and just as powerful as know you. But it's giving me the idea like somebody looking through, let's say, tabloids or pictures or previous interviews of you, right? And they think that they know exactly who you are at this very moment, this very time, this very day, and they don't. And they want your position. So they feel like all they have to do is read your books. All they have to do is copy like your blueprint. All they have to do is watch what you do, how you move, what you say, and they can instantly have your position. But that's not how this works. I feel like it's kind of weird how this person thinks. And not to be like, not to say it from a sense of judging this person, but somebody really thinks like if they could just do everything you're doing, they can be exactly who you are. And they're not meant to be you. They're meant to be who they are, right? So that's why I say it's a little weird. Okay, so the next card is don't, which makes so much sense. Okay, so the next card is don't tell me it's over. I won't accept it. I want another chance again. And this is a decision-making card, but this is somebody who maybe this person is single and they're refusing to let go. Like somebody is looking at, in the case from a relationship standpoint, somebody is looking at you from a space of they don't want it to be over, right? Like even though, let's say the relationship could have ended, they don't want it to be over. It's not over to them. Like you're still in a relationship. You still have a fighting chance. You can still do it again, all over again. And I feel like, because it's giving me energy, like you're tired. Like whoever you are, you're just tired. You're tired of this constant back and forth. And it's just like, okay, you give this person a chance and then they get jealous again. And then they get mad again. And they get angry again. And they want to fight with you again. And it's just like, what is it for then? Like, what's the purpose of it? You know? All right. You are experiencing the love of a high-ranking earth angel. Don't anger them. Okay. And then you have the Anubis card, which says your heart is not bulletproof, protection won't override character. So there's somebody that has really touched your heart, and maybe, ooh, you know what I could do? I'm going to divide the work from the love. I'm going to split it right down the middle. So you could be receiving guidance from somebody of a particular ranking, right? Or somebody you consider to be like an earth angel or a powerful spiritual being. You know, another chosen one. You could be receiving guidance from this person, and you're looking at this person like, okay, like this is the only person that could really understand you or really moves you in such a way where it's like, all right, you know, this person's right. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should move this way. And so, you know, when you get to this point with the level of discipline that you have, right? Not everybody's going to agree with it, but you know it's for the best. Like you're making this decision for your highest good as well as the highest good of everybody involved. And somebody has gotten straight through this like tough exterior that you have on the outside, and they've gotten straight to your heart. And I feel like this person that has gotten straight to your heart is the one that's leading you to something, leading you out of something, or like through something. Or all three. Okay, so next card is the robotic card, and it says invest in more AI operated commercial properties. Yeah. Okay, and now we get to the death and the rebirth card, the Osiris card, that says it's time to let yourself be reborn and cleansed again. Then you have legends and icons alert. And you have, in a world full of birds, be the eagle, stay sharp and listen. Seeing something from a higher, seeing the element of water from a higher perspective, higher than what you originally see it as. Because it's like water, it's making me think about Olaf, right? Where it's just like, oh, where from Frozen, they were talking to him, was like, oh yeah, water holds memory. There's something you're looking at from, like, you're looking at water as holding memory, right? But you're looking at it from a much higher standpoint. And this allows you to discover something, discover like some hidden part of the equation, right? Which puts you in a level of going from average to a decision maker, going from a decision maker to being legendary, right? Legends and icon alert. Discovering something about water. And that makes me think about I hope I'm saying his name. I hope I'm about to say his name correctly, but I believe it was James Walter, right? The person who spent his lifetime studying the molecular breakdown of the element of water itself. It's like that. It's like you're going to discover something about water that's going to put you on a level of like you go down in history, right? Because I read him from one of the old history books in the bookshelf from my childhood home that my mom and dad had. So there's something about that. You're going to discover something about water, or the creation or how to recreate some element of water using the molecules of water. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You'll figure it out. Okay. All right. So, and there's something about like, because when I'm thinking about eagles, right? There could be something with the like something in the in-between process of the conversion of like clouds, and when they hold the weight and then it starts to rain the water. There's something about rainwater, something you're going to discover. You're going to be the first person to do this. And it's like you go down in history because of this. It's like the conversion of purity, purifying something using the element of water itself. Okay, so moving forward. Your love and healing abilities is not a game to this person. They want you off the market in their arms. Okay. This could be somebody that's in real estate. Somebody that you've helped to like to release something. It's like release the burden, release the baggage of something or someone. Like birds in particular. Maybe there's something about, oh my gosh. That came out so wrong. Release the birds. Okay. All right, guys, bear with me. But you are helping someone to release all the things that no longer serve them, even down to the very molecules in their water. Okay? So maybe this is why you become so world renowned, or you became so world renowned. Because I don't see you out here like, I see you in the public eye, but I see you in the public eye but very private. There's something very reserved about this energy. Okay, so the last card on if you're looking at the reading, is going to be to the left, right? Where the Pharaoh, Queen, show them where your chosen card is what is a pawn to a rook? When positioned in the right space at the right time, they are equally as dangerous and fearless. Don't underestimate the one who has the power to transform, which I believe is you, right? You not only have the power to transform, but you have the power to transform the elements. Like somebody is really good at alchemizing the element of water. And the minute they attune to that, they're going to be, I wanted to say rich. What's like rich? Okay. Rich at something. Because I keep, a lot of this stuff is like popping out. H2O, pond, commercial. Something about commercial properties with a lot of water. There's something about the water of that commercial property. It's like let's say, right? You invest in a place that's like I don't know why Bali's coming up, but let's say you invest in an area, a particular acres upon acres upon acres in Bali, right? And you discover that upon those acres of upon those acres of land in Bali, you're building a hotel, but the water on those acres and acres of land are like has a lot of healing properties, right? So anybody who comes in like with any form of disease or they get healed because of the water and what's in that particular water in that particular part of Bali. I'm just giving an example, guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be Bali, but it feels like something like that, right? And it's like you're gonna allow yourself to be cleansed. And let's say you don't want to do like real estate. Let's say you just want to buy new property. You want to make it AI based and you want to put it on the top of a hill with a lot of scenery and a lot of water and near a waterfall or something like that. Like wherever that is, maybe you're going through some form of sickness or you're trying to figure out how to heal another section or another part of the world, right? And the way to heal another part of the world is to use whatever this water element is in wherever you're going to invest in, right? I feel like you got your answer. So I'm going to move forward. Okay. So the next card, which would be to the right side, is the deception card, right? It says quality over quantity, third parties and misinformation, relationship setups and traps. Somebody knows if they go back to an ex-person, ex-partner, it doesn't matter if it's like love related or business, somebody knows they're going to try to set them up for failure. Because it's like if you're giving them another chance to be with you, it's like somebody's not over what was done, right? So it's like they're going to try to get you back, even though it's going to come off like they have the purest of intentions and know they want to be with you. I feel like somebody's planning to just like set you up, right? Just like, oh, we should be together, but only to do something or yeah. Okay, so I pulled the foundation card, the foundation build card, and it says those who can do and those who can't teach others to do it better. So so the trap is somebody's going to want you to teach them how to do something, right? Like, and I'm going to put this all together. Let's say you discover something, the molecules and the element of water in the high place of Bali that you want to invest in. It doesn't have to be Bali, but guys, it's just an example. But let's say you do that, right? All of a sudden, this person comes back. Oh my gosh, I made a huge mistake. Yada, yada, XYZ, da, 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 right? Okay. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, you take this person back and you show them, you teach them, hey, this is what I discovered about this part of the world and how to heal this part of the world. They're going to show you, they're going to allow you to teach them, right? What you know, how you know it. And it's the second you give them this information, they're going to take off and run with it and call it their own. You have to be very careful, right? So, because somebody wants to know, like, how you did something. How did you discover that? How are you able to know X, Y, and Z? And they're gonna come off all lovey-dovey. No, it's okay. Da, da, da. Tell me about this plan you have with the waters and the molecules and the clouds and then once you break it down, this person's gonna take it. Please do not do that. I'm letting you know ahead of time. I'm telling you ahead of time. Do not do that. Okay? This person knows, like, whoever this person is, they know you're very powerful and they know that you possess that ability to just constantly, no matter what, like, just generate income. You can constantly make money. Like, somebody can take everything from you. Okay, they can leave you with $5 within less than 2 minutes. You're gonna turn that $5 into like 20,000. I'm telling you, people know this. This person, they probably have an idea. This is how you move, and so they want to know. They want in on this. I wanted to say train in Italian because I was studying that, but they want in on this money train, and they want you to teach them the way so they could take it from you. Please be very careful. Okay, I feel like that was a fair warning. Now, next two cards are my Shiva cards. And it says, love, it costs nothing to say you're sorry. And then we have, everyone is rich until you put that paper underwater and those deeds in some fire. Hoo-wee. What is going on? Okay, so this, and then you also have the card, what does the concept let there be light mean to you? Okay, so you're, okay, in the process of all of this, right, you're going to have an epiphany about someone, okay? And then you're also going to realize that maybe you could have handled the situation a bit differently, okay? I'm not talking about whoever this ex is. Please, just listen. So, you're probably going to ask them something. Okay, if you really changed, if you really, what does this mean to you when I say X, Y, and Z? Not so much let there be light, right? But what does this mean to you when I say the grass isn't greener on the other side, right? And this person's going to answer this question, but they're going to answer this question the only way they know how to, right? But you're going to realize something in the way that they answer this question. Like something is going to be revealed to you in such a way where it's just like, it can't be, excuse me, it can't be denied anymore. And it's like you were wrong about someone else, right? You were wrong about this notion or the idea that you can have everything you want and everyone you want, you know? So, and then I can also see it as maybe somebody needs to apologize to you, or maybe somebody wants to apologize to you. So it's like, what does it mean to say the grass isn't greener, right? And then the person's like, listen, I know that this was messed up, but if we can do this again, X, Y, and Z, right? And then you ask another person, what does it mean when I say the grass isn't greener on the other side? It's just like, yeah, having to take accountability and having to say that you're sorry, right? Realizing that you were wrong. What you thought was the best possible outcome, it really wasn't. And so it's something like that. But I kind of low-key feel like you're princessing the peeing somebody or a group of people. So it's just like the princess that's like, oh yes, I have the best sleep in the world, knowing that you put the pee under the bed under 100 mattresses, right? You know that that's not the quality princess that you want, because they couldn't even feel the pee, right? They couldn't even feel the small pee under 100 mattresses. But it's just like, oh, how did you sleep? And then you had that one honest princess that was like, oh, I slept horrible. It's like something was in that bed. And then it was because of that the king was able to realize, you know, the quality of that princess versus just like what the quantity, right? So it's like quality over quantity. You don't want somebody who's just going to say, oh, I slept great because they slept in your house and they know that you're a king. You want somebody who's going to be honest with you. And I feel that's why I say you're a princess and a peeing somebody. Okay, so the last card is fate over illusions and visions over fear. The boy who dreamt and stayed to school and the bomber. You could have been testing several people, right? How are you going to respond if I take everything from you, right? How are you going to respond if I take your money away from you, if I take your love away from you, if I take your family away from you, if I take your time away from you? What are you going to do, right? And maybe there were a lot of people in the process of this, like, that got eliminated because they folded under the pressure. They folded when all their money was taken from them, or they folded when, you know, like they had to give up having to see their loved ones, right? And so there's somebody that you've come across, you've done this practice before, and they may have had their moments of vulnerability, but they didn't fold. They kept going, right? And so you're looking at this person with a sense of, I want to say, wonder, right? You're looking at the fire of this person. This person could be a fire sign, but you're looking at the passion, right, of this person. It's just like the passion to just keep going no matter what, right? And visions over fear with the boy who jumped and saved the school. It was just like, you know, he had a dream the night before he went to school that he was going to fight a bomber. And the person he was fighting was another kid that was going to go into the school and blow it up with other kids along with himself. So I see that as, oh, and let me just finish the story. So when the kid woke up from the dream, so what he said from newspaper point of view, when he woke up from the dream, the first thing he did was ask God if he was going to die. And he said God never answered. Okay. So anyway, long story short, he goes to the school. He sees the kid who has the bomb, just like in his dream, and he starts to fight the kid. And not only was he able to save the school from being bombed, he was able to save the bomber. So the kid never blew up himself, he never blew up the other kids, and he never blew up the school, right? And when they asked, the interviewer asked the boy if he was scared, he said, of course he was scared, right? He said, but he was more scared of what would have happened had he not responded to the vision, okay? So I feel like you're looking at somebody as a part of this equation that you are discovering, and you're realizing there is someone, or like some people, that you want to be able to put in a position of power, right? And I feel like that is one of your many roles. You're a very powerful person that can pick and choose. Okay, I want this one in this position of power next. I want that one working alongside me next. I want this one to be in charge of this next. Like, you have the power to do that. And I think you're discovering them. And I think that's the greatest move you can make, is to discover the ones who can see through. They can see the bombs coming. They can see the bomber. They can see the school. And though they may not see the end result of their visions, they know it's going to be for the highest good of all. Okay, Pile 1, that's your reading. Hey, Pile 2. Okay, so let's get started on your reading. This reading is Why Are You Chosen? And the reason I said it, like in Pile 1, the reason I put this reading as Why Are You Chosen is because when I was shuffling to get a collective message for all 3 piles, the very first card that came out was the Deception card. And it says, wants the position of pharaoh/queen, but can't handle prince and princess roles. Show them why you're chosen. Okay. And I also knew it was going to be a love reading, because the second card that came out was, it only took one kiss, one hug, one smile, one moment, and now they're in love with you. Okay. So you're going to be able to see your cards. I like the pictures of your cards. And I'm going to like decipher what I know through the pictures first. And then we'll get into the meaning behind each card. So, and just so you know, yes, I created these cards, okay? I went on Canva, I started to let my creativity flow. This deck took months to create, okay? Like, my God. Just, I want you to know the level of passion and patience I had to have, because this took forever to create. All right. So now it's finally here, materialized. So let's see. Pile 2. You're dealing with a lot of decision makers, a lot of high profile people. You're dealing with a lot of secret groups. And I feel like you are surrounded by a lot of love, or these decision makers have taken quite a liking to you. There's a divine union here. So among these decision makers, one or multiple could be your divine counterparts or your high-level soulmates. And I also see 4 brothers here. Timeless Message is like my time traveler card. So you could be dealing with somebody who likes to or knows how to bend time. You could be dealing with a lot of high-level alchemists, but you're dealing with love on a universal scale, okay? Oh yeah, and before I started your reading, I thought about coconut cream. And I remember when I worked at Edible Arrangements, and I used to make pina colada, right? And so I wondered, well, how are you supposed to get the coconut in the smoothie if we don't have, like, because you can make smoothies too. It wasn't just like a fruit arrangement, but you also made smoothies and fruit salads. But I'm like, how do we get the coconut element if, we don't have coconuts, right? So I saw that they used a particular coconut cream, right? And I remember I tried this coconut cream by itself for the first time, and I thought, oh my gosh, this coconut cream is delicious. So I said, one day I'm gonna buy a bottle of coconut cream and I'm gonna have it all to myself, and I won't have to make pina coladas. And it took years, guys. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but it took years, and I finally got that specific bottle of coconut cream. So this is maybe in regards to a manifestation you may have had in regards to love, your love for something. And of course, when you think about one thought, all these other thoughts start to appear in your mind. So when I thought about the coconut cream and the pina colada, I thought about the pina colada songs. If you like pina coladas. So what was interesting to me was, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that song talking about a person trying to step out on his partner and like have a good time with them, only to find out that his partner was the one that showed up anyway? If I'm not mistaken. But anywho, all right. So let's look a little longer into your cards. You're dealing with somebody who has a military background. This person could be the general of something, sergeant, admiral, could be anything. I feel like whoever this is has many plays many roles and is in active service. So, and it also made me think about the time I was watching a YouTube documentary. Well, not documentary really, but a YouTube video on all the above military, like special forces, that's like above military and above Air Force. And it's like they listed them. And I forgot which one it was, but there was one where they had to extract somebody from a plane. So it was like a group of men in black, and they had to open the plane door, and then they had to get whoever this person was. So that's one of the people here. There's a lot of decision makers out here, guys. Okay. I feel like you inspire people also on a mass scale. You inspire the people that inspire the masses on a mass scale. Like they turn to you. Somebody is looking for your guidance. Saturn is significant, but alternate version of Saturn, like how we know Saturn to be like yellowish-esque, beige-esque. It's like I'm seeing on the card purple Saturn. So purple Saturn could be significant. All right. Okay. And one of the cards that's out here is giving me the indication that you're dealing with billionaires, okay? It's like you're healing something. You have healed the hearts of multi-billionaires. Somebody else is also very big on grammar and pronunciation. So let's see. Let's get started. If only you knew the level to which this person admires you, you have no idea. Yeah. Bi, the element, the alchemy. Sorry, the mundane element in alchemy is required here. So there's something you're asking for in regards to a particular level. It's like, how do you get to that level of, let's say, for example, if your concern, right, or your worry, or your question is about money, right? And how do you reach certain levels? How is it that a person can reach certain levels of wealth in long spans of time or in short spans of time? There's something you're asking, right? And it's like you're being given the answer, but it's like it's there's something about needing to switch the way you have to switch something. Like you have to switch something off and turn something else on. Like, for example, right? And there's something about precision. Like, let's say you want to know, oh, like, I wish, or not even you want to know. You're just like, I wish I could win the lottery, right? When you ever see when the lottery goes up to those high prices, like 127 million, 1.2 billion, like 500 million, right? And these are high numbers. And then let's say you're somebody who gets a ticket and you say to yourself, I wish I can win the lottery, right? And it's just like you're wishing on a mass scale. So like, and when I say that, I mean millions of other people are wishing to win the lottery, right? So there's something about precision. So the whole time you're saying, man, I wish I could win the lottery. Millions of other people are saying, man, I wish I could win the lottery. Just please let me win. But nobody's asking specifically for what they want. So, okay, fine. The universe is going to say, okay, you wish to win the lottery? Here's a free play. Here's $4. Here's $10 because you got, three numbers and the golden number right. There's something about asking. You have to ask. It requires a particular level of alchemy, and it requires a particular level of asking for what you want. And then when you get it, you cannot be afraid. You cannot doubt at the last minute. Let's say the numbers push out by 12 midnight, which is not true, not the case for a lot of lotteries, right? But I'm just giving an example. Don't take me word for word. So let's say the numbers push out at 12 midnight, and at 11:59 and 34 seconds, you're just like, oh, but I get so scared if I won the lottery, if I won that jackpot. Boom. Now that level's gone. It's diminished. There's something about your vibration, okay? So the answer to your question in regards to that is raise your vibration, and you cannot doubt. Like, you have to switch off this self-doubt, worry. Oh my God, but if I win, oh my goodness, so much concerns, so much trouble. You're lowering the vibration, okay? Just keep it up and just say, all right. That was for somebody. Somebody wanted to know, how do you acquire a certain level, right? But yeah, okay. So the next card. They are so in love with you and actually want to admit it. That's the third card. That's the decision-making card. There's a lot of love out here, guys. There's a lot of love for you. A lot of love for what you do, okay? Whatever it is you do. And then it's making me think about the song Black. I think it's called Lernia. And then that part where he goes, I met you in a past life. I know everything. Yeah, you're that type. Yeah. Something about, okay, so somebody knows you from many lifetimes, but this fell under the Egyptian card. So maybe somebody remembers you from the Egyptian time lapse. I don't want to say past life. For some reason, I want to say time lapse. Because who am I dealing with here? I have no idea, but we'll see. Ask yourself, how do you open the door, not who locked it? See, guys? See what I'm talking about? You see what I mean? When it comes to questions, it's how are you asking the question, right? Not, oh man, what does it take to be a lottery winner? What does it take to be a jackpot lottery winner? Like, to win the jackpot, what would I need? What level of vibration and frequency? Like, there's so many ways you can ask that question, and the universe is going to answer you according to how you've asked, okay? So it's something about the way that you're asking. Something has to be asked with acute precision. I mean, the level of attunement to this question, like every single word down to the letter, every single word, every single formation in which you ask this question is going to count. Okay, so I stare at your pictures all day. The best part of my life is you. Listen, There's a lot of love out here. Pile 2, I feel like if you're worried about money, you're not going to be worried about money for much longer. I'm not saying somebody's going to come in to help you. I'm just saying you're going to do something. You're going to crack some kind of code. You're going to look at something. You're going to say, wait a minute. What if I... And you're going to figure it out. Okay. Mundane element. And you know what I will say? I'm going to say everything that you see or you discover in the external world already exists within you. And that's as far as I'm going to go with that. Even if this is my pile. Because, I like to choose my pile from time to time. So, let's see. They miss the late nights and the long, deep talks. This is a decision maker. And this card fell on the floor. Somebody is on the edge. One of these options is on the edge of, or I'm going to say on the verge of doing something. This could be like coming towards you, giving you a proposal, a love offer. But somebody misses you. Can we talk more about this person that's missing this other person? Missing pile 2, I'm sorry. I'm saying this other person. Sorry, guys, sorry. You make the Grinches of the world want to be Care Bears. Man. Okay. Somebody considers you to be their life. Okay? And I say that from a sense of like, you are their world. There is no life. There is no living. There is no sense of adventure. There is no compassion, no love, no charisma, no anything, no je ne sais quoi without you. There's none of it. Okay? Now, to make the Grinches of the world want to be Care Bears, I feel like somebody wants to open the door for you. Okay? And not just to show you that chivalry isn't dead, but somebody wants to open that door like, okay, I want to extend this part of the world to you. Because they're trying to be your one and only. Somebody's highly protective over you. To be honest, I don't think you've ever met this person. But you have people, I see a lot of people here that have been watching you and your progression for a very long time. And it's just like whenever they need like a voice of reason, they turn to you. They don't turn to anybody else. They don't even turn to their who they would consider to be their wise counsel, right? Or their yes men. They turn to you, like you are their go-to. But you don't know these people. So, love for the greater good requires the loss of many great loves. And this is in the second row. That's the Theseus card. You have helped. I feel like the reason why you have so many options in love, whether you're in a relationship or not, is because you have helped so many people, right? Like deal with the minotaurs of their life. You've helped so many people deal with the darkest aspects of themselves. So that's why they turn to you, they come to you, they actually want to admit. And they actually want to help you. Somebody is actively trying to help you. Like, look, you just have to listen, but I'm trying to tell you, this is what you do. This is how you do it. And I also feel like somebody knows that you have people or you've had people that have tried to telepathically block off your communication with whoever these people are. It's like the people that's trying to help you, right? Not the people that just throw negative energy your way and expect you to deal with it, right? Like, but somebody knows that you're telepathically blocked off from them, because I see them trying to have a conversation with you or trying to guide your steps. And it's like they know it's not getting through because somebody's trying to interfere, or somebody's like trying to tamper. They're trying to tamper with any form of communication you receive on an energetic level. This could be a family member of yours. Okay, so you have really highly influential people, right? That try to talk to you on a day-to-day basis or want to communicate with you on a day-to-day basis. They know that this particular family member is trying to block off your communication because there could be some form of nurture them and they will nurture you. I'm getting like this family member doesn't want you to know just how many people have sought after you. And this person, they're trying to come off as though they're protective, or they're being protective of you, whoever this family member is, but they're not. Because the minute I turned over and I said family, I heard jealousy. So there's a family member they may be jealous of the love that you receive. And this person there's something about astral projecting or astral traveling. This person astral projects and sees how many people look to you, how many people like want to talk to you. And they try to like cover that up, or they try to cloak you or block you off in some way, shape, or form. With family like this, who needs enemies? So let's clarify this. Okay, so the card that came out was you control my tempo, you can run my show, musician in love. You have a family member that's either a musician or they're heavily into music. Like somebody loves music. And somebody may use music to distract you. And then I'm also seeing like somebody using music to sort of turn off and on certain emotions, right? Like, let's say you want to listen to a song and you feel guided to listen to a particular song, but you know that particular song makes you feel very sad, very anxious, very lonely. And it's just like, why was I in the mood to listen to that? I was just in a happy mood. Is this family member? So somebody could be feeding you, like somebody's telepathically feeding you music to attune to a certain frequency so that you don't attune to the level that you need in order to acquire what you want. Like, when I see things like this, it's really hard not to get passionate, guys. And somebody knows that you run the show, right? Somebody knows that the minute you're upbeat, you're in tuned, you attune to the frequency of high vibrational frequency, love, peace, joy. You can get whatever you want. You can telepathically communicate with whoever you want. This person knows this, and they've been blocking you. And then they're blocking you and they're trying to make it seem like it's protection. It's not protection. This person is just possessive over your energy, which they probably don't have access to anymore. So it's in the details, yeah. And somebody could have known, like, let's say this family member could have known that there was a musician out there or somebody like in the music industry that is probably supposed to be like let's say a divine friendship or a divine companion, right? Which is the same thing. A high level soulmate, but they're meant to teach you something. This person could have discovered this, and rather than telling you with the intent of, oh yeah, so this person's going to be X, Y, and Z, they told you with the intent of, oh, because I know this and because I know what this person is supposed to be to you, I'm going to block it, or I'm going to prolong it, or I'm going to make sure I have it first. Guys, So on this side, this is a position of like once you're a position but can't handle prince and princess roles. I feel like somebody's about to be demolished. Demolished. Somebody is about to be demolished and made a demonstration for what happens when somebody tries to come for you, even if they're family members. Somebody needs to realize that they had no business locking you out of the doors God created specifically for you. So the next card, which is the Theseus card, is it's all about the details, advantages, and inside help. Purpose far greater than the eye can see. Yeah. This person has been these people have been helping you get away from or move from or keep a distance from whoever this family member is. They've been, I just see somebody just trying to hold you back for as long as they could. And they thought they were doing it out of love, and they were not. So you can release this person, you can forgive this person, because this person, even though you know this person did not have the best of intentions, they really thought they were doing this to protect you. Like somewhere in their mind, they thought if they held you back long enough, they could protect you from what was to come or what was to happen next. That's crazy. Okay, so the next card we have is always be compassionate for the ones with spiritual blood on their hands. No amount of soap can wipe off. Yeah. I don't think it's this family member. I think it's whoever this person is, this decision maker was. Like being compassionate for this person because of what they had to do, how they had to do it. I don't think this is the family member I was just talking about. I just think this was somebody who maybe they thought they were guiding you, or they thought they were telepathically communicating with you, hey, do this next, do this, and then that message was being interrupted. I'm seeing the game telephone. You know, when you tell a long line of people and the message never ends up being the same message it was when it gets all the way to the other end, to the very last person, because somebody's been switching it up. This is what this is giving me. Like somebody kept switching up, playing telephone with your energy, with your life, and for some, even with your mind. Somebody could have tried to make you feel like you were going crazy, or they tried to make you seem like as though you weren't mentally well, knowing that you were. This person could, it just gives me the energy of this person could not handle the fact that you were so intuitively gifted. Like, how is it you know certain things and they don't? So I'm definitely getting like somebody is older than you. Like you could be dealing with an older relative. It could be anywhere from a sibling to an actual parent. Like somebody couldn't fathom the thought of you being your age, having no experience in their eyes, or not having gone through what they went through. Yet you possess all these talents, you possess all these gifts, you possess all these abilities to do whatever you want, and they wanted to block it. So forgive this person and release them. Okay, so the next card is, in order to appreciate the land, understand its roots. Don't build yet. Something has to be dug up first. And this is under, they miss the late nights and the long, deep talks. Okay, so pile 2, you're going to remember, Care Bears can be significant, right? But you're going to remember a conversation you had, and this conversation could have happened. Doesn't necessarily mean it happened between you and this person physical, like one-to-one. But let's say you did a video, because I'm thinking about during the times I used to do videos, like YouTube videos, like way back in the day, like years ago. And there's a particular video I'm thinking about, and it makes me think about this. There could be a conversation that you had in a video with a person who resonated with a particular pile or a particular reading. In that conversation is going to reside what has to be like dug up, or what has to be uprooted. I want to say like uprooted and released. Late nights and long, deep talks. Okay, so Your next card is the love card. Let's see this. There isn't a time lapse. This person won't follow you. Yeah. I mean, you're dealing with some... This is giving me time traveler's wife energy. Like, you're dealing with somebody who can just time travel in any time frame. It doesn't matter. Like, oh, you know what's the perfect example of this? Not time traveler's wife. You remember Beauty and the Beast, right? That moment where he asked Belle, he said, "Where do you want to go?" And she closed her eyes and the beast took her to the room in Paris where she was conceived, if I'm not mistaken. It's given me that. Like, you're dealing with somebody who could do that. It's just like, close your eyes, tell me where you want to go, and they can literally take you to that specific place. Whoa. Stuff is not just for the movies, guys. Okay, so the next card is the 12-year-old girl, Jesus rose from sleep. Okay, Paul 2. You're dealing with a lot of love here, right? But you're also dealing with a group here that is giving me the energy of they had to wake you up very slowly. Because if they woke you up too fast, you would have died. If they woke you up too late, they would have died. But somebody had to spiritually wake you up at a very precise moment. It wasn't a minute too early and it wasn't a second late. But they did it. It's in the details. Okay. So let's see. Last set of cards. Okay, we have Billionaire Bars, which I tell you guys all the time. Very distinct card. That card was created because of the book I created, right? About a really powerful group of men. I mean, powerful group of men that hand selected and hand picked the people that they wanted to be a part of their life, right? I published like the first part of the book, but I never published the rest. I just left it within within storage. So, and even the first part of the book I took down. Now I remember the only person that purchased, he wasn't just the only one, right? But he was the only one I knew on a close level, was one of my friends from college. And he was just like, "You're going to finish the book, right? You're going to finish the book." And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to finish the book." But I never finished the book. I never finished the book. So, but imagination stems from a form of reality, right? I was taught at a very young age, whatever you can think about or conceive in your mind actually exists. So I produced this book when, of course, I had practically nothing, okay? And so I created a world where it was like money wasn't an issue, time wasn't an issue, the amount of love, pleasure, admiration you could receive wasn't an issue. I just created a world where it allowed me to escape the reality at the time of what I lacked. So, but I feel like this world, if I could think about it in my mind, it actually exists. It's actually somebody else's reality, right? So you have that under love for the greater good requires the loss of many great loves. And you control my tempo and you can run my show, Musician in Love. I know I keep saying this, Pile 2, and I hope you can actually see the messages that I'm getting outside of what I'm saying. But there is so much admiration, protectiveness, love for you. It almost feels unreal, right? It almost feels unreal that you don't know that people of such high caliber love and adore you. And the reason you don't know this is because somebody has been hiding you from this for so long. It's really giving me Cinderella energy. Somebody had been hiding you in a freaking basement, right? It feels like somebody just hid you from the world, and every time like a king or a prince or came looking for you, knowing that only you could fit this glass shoe, they kept presenting the stepsisters, the stepwives, the stepmothers, like they kept presenting someone else that was not you. And I felt like somebody did this for years. Here's second to last card is this heart beats for you all over the world. That's my divine counterpart card. So this is what makes me feel like you're dealing with a divine counterpart. You're dealing with high level soulmates. Somebody does not know that they're meant to be amongst billionaires. Okay, wealth wise, they're meant to be amongst billionaires and trillionaires. And the reason this person or you, Pal2, feels as if it could not be true is because somebody has been making you live this life of Cinderella all your life. You're just supposed to clean. You're just supposed to sweep. You're just supposed to make sure everybody else is taken care of. And when you're done, that's when you can eat. That's when you can put on clothes. Oh, but don't even think about going to this ball you're destined to be in. You should have always been in. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about attracting the king who's actually your divine counterpart. Don't even think about living this life that's actually meant for you. You know, it gives me that. And I feel like you playing the role of Cinderella on a spiritual level, energetic level, even a physical level. Those days of being Cinderella, just they're over. They're over. There's no more imagining if you had a fairy godmother. You actually literally have a spiritual team that have been like bibbity boppity booing like this negativity and this idea that you're just supposed to be somebody's, you settle for less for the rest of your life ever again. Like, it's crazy the lens a person will go through and go to just to make you feel as if you're always supposed to be small when you were born to be wealthy, if not one of the wealthiest women or men to ever walk the earth. Last card. A complete and total ending to this magician. No gender exclusions. No one involved is safe. No one. Pal2. When you get to living the life of your wildest dreams, always remember that this was your birthright. The life of your wildest dreams was your birthright. It is something or a life you should have been literally born into. And somebody took that away from you. Forgive that person, let them go, move forward. It's time to put your foot in that very comfortable shoe. That's your reading, Pal 2. Hey, Pal 3. Okay, let's get started on your reading. So this is the Why Are You Chosen reading. And it's a love reading also. So the two cards for overall generalizing all piles was: wants the position of Pharaoh/Queen but can't handle prince and princess roles, and show them why you're chosen. And it only took one kiss, one hug, one smile, one moment, and now they are in love with you. Okay, so let's get started on your reading. Let me observe these cards. Okay. I also see a lot of decision makers in this pile also, like I did in pile 2. Pile 2 could be significant for you as well, if you feel drawn to pile 2 and 3. Okay. You come from a line or a lineage of spiritual power. Like the fact that the original typical owl, true owl card came out, it's like you're among the you're among like the special ones, right? And I say special ones from a sense of like spiritually. So your spiritual ranking is very high. Like you come from a lineage of highly ranked spiritual beings. And if you look at the typical owl, true owl, you see the owl within the owl within the owl, and then you have another owl flying above all those owls. Like that's your level of power and that's your level of transformation, right? So that's what happens within on a constant basis. Barn owl is sticking out to me the most. So you could resonate with the barn owl, or barn owls resonate with you, or are drawn to you. Okay. I see a lot of polygamy here because all the decision making cards, except for one, there's one decision maker card that's single, but all the rest are like they're married or they have like multiple partners. Okay. Somebody also is thanking God for you. Kelly could be significant. The name Kelly could be significant. Somebody's thanking God for you. Like, thank God you were made. Thank God you were created. Thank God you exist. Thank God you're here. Right? Thank God you chose Earth. So, the first card is there is a presence on the land that needs permission to leave. Let it go and you'll see a change in revenue. Okay. A presence on the land. Okay. Second card is you have completely changed this person's life for the better and they want to thank you in person. And the third card is first delegate, then divide, then subtract. Even Einstein had twice as many solutions to his problems. And then it's making me think about the foundation that Einstein created, where he taught people, he taught the children in poverty-stricken areas how to produce and grow their own food. So there's something very united about you, something very United Nations, like you unite the nations off of what you do, what you like to do, what you do for a living, or what you do for like for work or a form of work. Unbeknownst to you or knowns to you, you unite nations. You teach people how to grow, how to consume, and how to help others grow and consume. And that's not just on a physical level. So you have a decision maker that wants to thank you in person for creating solutions for their problems, or the many solutions for their problems. Okay, so let's go into the next card. This is a Nefertari and Ramses the second kind of love. So this is a divine counterpart. Whoever this single decision maker is, like again, I see a lot of people that are married and they want you, right? But I see somebody who is a decision maker, but they're single and they're looking at you, and this person knows that you are their divine counterpart. This person also knows you're considered like a vet because the military card is in reverse, right? You don't have to be military, or maybe you were in the military before, or you weren't in the military at all, but somebody considers you a veteran. Like, you're a veteran at what you do. You're good at what you do. You're the best at what you do, right? So let's see. I'll shut the world down to find you. I love you more than you'll ever know. Okay, so you have a divine counterpart that's looking for you. They know you exist. They know you're real. They've seen your videos. They've heard your voice. And they are actively searching for you, like for your exact location. And I have a feeling they're going to find it because this person is determined, right? Somebody already knows. Like, they know you're their divine counterpart, and they already know where you live. It's just about making the right moves. Somebody does not want to come off like a creep, okay? but they know it's you. Do everything in your power to protect those eyes, recognition, and rewards. So protecting your third eye, protecting your intuition. This person also protects you intuitively. I imagine you must be somebody who deals with a lot of like people wanting to test your spirituality. So you could be dealing with people that want to just send you spiritual attacks and just bombard you with like, oh, you're not the best at what you do, you're not this, you're not that, this doesn't resonate with me, or that doesn't resonate with me, or you are completely wrong, and none of these piles, none of these readings resonate with me. You could be dealing with people like that, right? I see that this person protects you from like majority of that. They can't protect you from everything, but let's say if you physically read a comment, I feel like you're in social media, because I see you reading the comment. And where in the past you would have took it personal, like, who is this person to say X, Y, and Z about me? You're like, you know what? Water off a duck's back. I feel like this person projects that energy to you. Like, just take it with a grain of salt, like, and keep it moving. With much success comes persecution. It just comes with the territory. But this person protects you from, like, those spiritual blows, Because I feel like when people write hateful comments, they also try to invoke like a certain emotion, or they try to invoke or put on you a certain vibration that you didn't have on you before. I feel like your person, your divine counterpart, protects you from that, which is very sweet and very powerful. Okay, so the second row is you are meant to be seen. It's okay to step off of your global 7500 and introduce yourself. Presence on the land that needs permission to leave. A decision maker that needs their presence needs permission to leave. Can you clarify this? I've never had this before. I've never had these two show up like this. Okay. So my Nefertiti card came out, and the card that came out was, it's okay if you like them, they like you too. Okay, so this could be a personal message from this person. They could be telling you that something needs to be removed. Something needs your permission in order to be removed so that you can change your revenue. Maybe you're inquiring about money, like, or let's say you make a good living, right? But you want to have more finances, or you want to be more financially stable than you already are. They're telling you this is what you should do. Because you have that, like, whoever you are, you have that power. You have that power to release, like, certain energies from land. So there could be something that's over, like, where you live, right? There could be, like, a spiritual dark cloud. And the spiritual dark cloud, knowing that you're there, does not want to be there anymore and wishes to leave, because it's kind of like a clash of energies, right? If this is a dark cloud and you're somebody who is a bringer of light, it doesn't want to be there, right? So it's asking you permission to leave, because you have the spiritual ranking and the power to allow this presence to leave and just be gone for good. Wow. Wow. Weak. Wow. Okay. So the next card is turn to the light in order to stop fighting the darkness. Yeah. You've gotten a lot of people out of trouble. You've gotten people out of a lot of I'm seeing it as like kinetic sand, right? But it's like, it wasn't kinetic sand before. It started off as quicksand. And so the quicksand of a person's mind, or these highly influential people's minds, right? You turn the quicksand of their minds into kinetic sand. So you allowed them to dissect it, move, and just get out of it. Like, this is a lot of power. Whoever you are, kudos to you, because this is so much power. Yeah, this is why you're so loved. And I feel like this is why they chose you, right? Because you know how to utilize this power to help somebody out. Whereas somebody else would have utilized this power, or other people would have utilized the power to like just stay in the position of power and corrupt the lineage. It's like you have this power, and it's like you have the power to remove all the corruption from your lineage and from this lineage of like highly spiritual ranking people. That's why you're chosen. Okay. So step down and resign respectfully before things get out of hand and you have to answer questions you never intended to. Yeah, like I said, right? With the having that power. Since you are the solution to a lot of problems, you are also the solution to people who are problematic. So there is somebody in a high influential position. You have exposed this person, could be via social media, or you have allowed somebody to remove this person, right, from causing any more problems. And now, since you've done that in the spiritual realm, now in the physical realm, they're being guided to step down. They're being guided to resign. I don't know why I wanted to say Zion, but they're being guided to just leave that position of power and everything that they've corrupted in the process. And that's because of you. Okay? Because if they get greedy, or if they get to the point they're like, oh, they're not leaving, by the time you expose this person, it's going to be way worse than they've ever anticipated. You want to talk about problems? Like, you being the solution bringer brings a whole lot of more problems to this person if they don't decide to step down. Okay, so the next card is science versus spirituality, logic versus faith versus fate. So you were always destined for this position, right? You were always destined for this role where you can combine the best of all aspects of life, and you can say, with your faith, your level of faith, what is fated to happen to another person, okay? And for me, I consider that to be exceptional karma, because not everybody is placed in that position, and not everybody can handle that level of power the way you do. It's making me think about John Legend and Janae, when you move, I move. So like the song, you move, I move. But I feel like that if the universe could dedicate any song to you, it would be that. Wherever you're going, I'm going too. That's how the universe feels about you. Okay? Like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Okay, the next card is you are destined to build empires. You're destined to build this empire, so stop thinking at a franchise level. Connectivity and expertise is key here. Everything you are is the key to your next steps. Everything you possess is the key to your partnership, your relationship, your divine counterpart, your divine union. Everything you are right now at this very moment, right? Because it's like, I can hear somebody asking themselves, how can I be a better person? How can I be better for the love that I desire? How can I be better in doing this? Like, everything that you are makes you the best. Everything that you are right now makes you the best possible fit for everything you're destined to be. So there's no need to like have this form of division in your mind. Well, maybe if I took away this, and maybe if I added more of this, or maybe if I added that and then subtracted this, it would make me a better person. Who you are is the better version of yourself in order to become the best version of yourself. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now the military card in reverse. It says, what you saw needs to be talked about. There is trauma residing in your body because you need to speak up. That's in reverse. So you've already said what you had to say, okay? You've already talked about it. You've already released it. You've already said, hey, X, Y, and Z, this happened to me, that happened to me. Or you already had your moments of vulnerability, okay? And your moments of vulnerability and you speaking up on how you feel about love, how you feel about, intimacy has allowed you to now release this trauma. If there was any trauma residing within you, right, mind, body, and soul, it has allowed you to release this trauma, and it has allowed you to allow other people to release their traumas and speak up about what they've been through and their partnerships, and it allows them to be the best version of themselves. It's the domino effect. It's like you bring such a spiritually and energetically and even physically a domino effect of positivity in someone else's life. It's just like it starts off just trying to impact one person, but then you end up impacting the world. Or it starts off trying to impact the world and you end up impacting the universe. You know? It feels like that. Okay, so let's see. The next card here is happiness, joy, and everything and one you ever wanted. Manifestations and blessings. Really good karma. Yeah. You're really good karma. Oh my gosh. This makes me think about when I saw something on Instagram, right? And it said how introverts expect for their partners to appear. And there's a woman, she's sitting on a couch watching a movie. this guy knocks on her door, and he comes in with like a whole bunch of armor on, and he's just like, I've been looking for you, right? And when it turns back to her, she goes from sitting on the couch and opening the door for him to being in her wedding dress. It was a funny skit, right? But I feel like this feels like somebody could literally knock on a person's door, right? Like knock on your door and you just know that they're your divine counterpart. It feels like that. And I feel like that's your good karma. Like your good karma is you don't have to go searching for this person. This person comes to you automatically. Okay. Oh my gosh. That IG skit was so hilarious to me because in my mind I'm like, yeah, isn't that how it's supposed to happen? But anywho, okay. So the next card is I can give you everything you've been missing. You just have to trust me. Let me in and trust me, please. Yeah. I feel like intuitively you're gonna know this is your person, right? Like when they come and when they find you, you're gonna know like, okay, it's them. Like this is the one. Aww. Okay, my last set of cards is no one can stop you from living. It's time to dream and achieve. Yeah, it's time to dream big. Amika's heart. Save hearts of the world. Yeah. So I'm taking this to mean like you make the people who have a rather robotic day-to-day, okay, get up, take a shower, brush my teeth, get dressed, work, eat, sleep, repeat. Like you make people that have this day-to-day like this, you give them the incentive to like want to live, right? You give them the incentive to want to be better. It's like you're restoring the hearts of people, even if they, let's say, just work a 9-to-5 job. Just by hearing you or listening to you or letting you guide them, it gives them incentive to be better. Observe the cards. So the next card is the Theseus card. So you're destroying this Minotaur, this dark force, with the power of love. And you're destroying it also with the power of the love everyone else who has known you or is getting to know you has for you. This is beautiful. People believe because, like, you have people that once were unbelievers of anything. They didn't believe in spirituality. They didn't believe in God. They didn't believe in faith, science, anything like that. You have people believing. You have people believing in realms they never knew or never considered could exist, So the next card is show up and show out in the room they swore they blocked you from. And walk gracefully past the gatekeepers you're firing upon arrival. Do it with a smile. Yeah. You know who you want managing your world, right? It's like and when you come into millions of dollars, okay, you're not going to hire shady accountants. You're not going to hire the people that want to turn your millions into tens of thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, they're stashing your millions for themselves. You're going to want to hire the people that's going to help you grow, and it's going to make you go from being a millionaire to more if you want it, and a billionaire to more if you want it, and a trillionaire to more if you want it, right? You are allowing yourself to be compassionate, but when you get to certain rooms you are supposed to be in, it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. It's no more Mrs. Nice Girl. No more of that. Like, you're taking control, you're taking the reins, and whoever's gotta go, gotta go. No hard feelings. Okay. So the second to last card is computer versus its creator. Who wins? But that's in reverse because you know who wins. You know, it's God, source, universe is infinite. Anything that source has created, you know, source can destroy, right? You already know who is going to win in this case scenario. And the last card is, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, neither the ones who think robotic ones can replace them. So I want to say it like this. You are so powerful and you're so great at what you do that you enable humanity to believe in humanity again and not just rely on artificial intelligence, not just rely on like an app, right? You make people appreciate the quality of a human being and actually being human, making the mistakes, having the successes, right? Appreciating the congratulations, moving forward, taking another step forward, knowing that they're doing this and maybe they're doing it out of the pure emotion of fear or the pure emotion of wonder or curiosity, but they're doing it out of the pure emotion of who they are, right? And you do this for people. And you're always going to do this for people because that's who you're destined to be. You want the best version of yourself. You want to be the best version of yourself. You already are the best version of yourself. And you're just going to keep getting better and better and better and better. That's your reading, Part 3.